Hello and welcome to a brand new version of Steve's Stories, now with more old-timey.
Did somebody say old-timey?
Yes, I did. I said old-timey. Now you just have to tune it to the right radio station.
Take it from Carinkles. That's me. The best breakfast under the big top is post-sugar rice Carinkles.
That's not it. Oh, that's why. I need to grab the old-timey tuner now. Ah, there we are.
Those of you just now tuning in, tonight's subject is
clowns and why they're just so darn creepy. The story begins in the early 1800s. And now to your host, please welcome Stephen Bonner.
The story of why clowns are so creepy begins back in the early 1800s with a man who is recognized as the first modern clown. Joseph Grimaldi was an English actor, comedian, and dancer who became the most popular entertainer in England. Grimaldi was the first performer to put on white makeup, suited up in bizarre, colorful costumes, and acted like a bumbling buffoon on stage.
So like Bozo the Clown?
Hello world, are you ready for me?
Yeah, kind of like Bozo the Clown, but a little more old-timey.
Did somebody say old-timey?
I did. Grimaldi's life as a clown started off great. He was wildly popular because he was a master of physical comedy. He leapt in the air, stood on his head, fought himself in hilarious fisticuffs, and had audiences rolling from laughter. But his life as a clown would turn tragic quickly.
Oh no!
His extremely physical performances left him in constant pain and ended up leaving him disabled at a relatively young age. His constant suffering from his disabilities led him to alcoholism in an attempt to battle the aches and pains. His alcoholism would eventually kill him, and his son would then follow in his father's footsteps by becoming a clown and also dying early from alcoholism.
Wow, that's pretty dark. But is that the reason why clowns are creepy?
Not quite, but Grimaldi's story would be an influence for works of fiction about tragic clowns. In fact, Charles Dickens was inspired by Grimaldi's son's early death when writing the Pickwick Papers, a story about a tragic drunken clown. Some people consider Dickens as being the inventor of the scary clown. What Dickens did was to make it difficult to look at a clown without wondering what was going on underneath the makeup.
What about clowns in modern times? Those are kind of funny, right?
Not really. After clowns became popular in England, they soon made their way to the United States, but were slightly different than their predecessors. Clowns in the US took on more of a hobo appearance with frowning faces, ripped clothes, and 5 o'clock shadows. These clowns were quite popular in circuses and fairs during the early 1900s, but it wasn't until the late 1900s that clowns got really scary.
Really scary? Oh my!
Yes, in the 1970s, a clown named Pogo, who you might know better as John Wayne Gacy, committed dozens of murders over a 6-year period. This is about the time clowns began to be viewed as truly terrifying. And then in 1982, a film called Poltergeist was released, and it included a scene where a clown doll comes alive and drags a little boy underneath his bed.
No!
Whoa, creepy!
I know, right? And then in 1986, Stephen King penned the ultimate piece of clown terror in his book, It. The book was turned into a movie 4 years later, and the evil clown in it, named Pennywise, would ruin clowns for the rest of time.
For the rest of time?
Yes, literally for the rest of time. Clowns are terrifying, period. It took a little bit of time to get their absolutely terrifying status, and Pennywise wasn't the complete reason why they are, but he was definitely a catalyst. So, on that note, if you're going to the movies to see It anytime soon, be sure you don't have colorophobia.
That means fear of clowns, right?
It does. And that concludes this week's Steve's Stories on why clowns are so creepy. Shh, I'm doing the evil laugh, not you.
Oh, my bad, buddy.
It's okay. But you can go ahead and end the segment now, though.
Oh. Okay. That really explained a lot there, Steve. Good job.
Well, thank you, me in some old-timey voice.
Did you just say old-timey?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's the bee's knees. And just because I know there's some people out there who really love this song, I'm gonna have to play it one time.
That was Steve's Stories. That was Steve's Stories. That's Steve.